Alright, hey everybody again, this is Sharp's Edits number 3. I don't have much time right now. I'm trying to get these in before midnight to upload, so we're going to keep this super brief. I'm going to try to bring out some of the details with this hen that we have, and also get rid of some of the distracting stuff. So I'm doing this all on my phone on the fly, so production value so-so, but the whole point is to show you the process. So we're going to start off here. If I zoom in a little bit, I see that some of the darks aren't truly dark. I could probably pop some of those details in there, and there's also this huge lens flare. I don't like that lens flare there. It kind of takes away from the shot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some of my general edits with light and contrast, highlights, and all that stuff. Oh, my cat's here to join me again. Hey. So remember, on this histogram that I have on the top, anytime you see peaks on the left or right, you're losing details in your darks and lights. So I try to avoid that at all costs. Going to hit a vignette to draw into the subject. Keep it simple. Again, a lot of times with photos that we have, we don't want to spend too much time editing them because it can be a bit of a black hole. A lot of times you don't have much time at all, so it's good to master a simple edit. I'm gonna get my crop. I'm gonna make this 1:1, just a square. I like how it's pitched a little bit. I'll make it about right there. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this. The biggest thing that's distracting me is that lens flare, but first I'm still going to go in here. I'm going to hit details on the bottom, this little triangle. I could sharpen it a little bit. It's funny, the previous 2 videos I've done, I never used sharpen, and this is about making a sharp image. So I'm going to zoom in to see my details. I'm going to play around with the radius. I'm going to play around with the detail. I want it to look crisp, but I don't want it to look fake. I'm going to do some noise reduction. Came from there, and now we're there. I'm also going to warm this picture up a little bit, so I'm going to go to color on the bottom. I'm going to move it over to the yellows just a little bit. I want it to feel warm. I don't want it to be cool. That's okay. Maybe just a little red hue, because this one is influenced heavily by the grass. That looks okay, and it looks accurate. Oh yeah, the red pop. That's good. Now I'm going to get rid of this lens flare on the bottom left, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to masking. I'm going to go plus, radial gradient, and I'm going to try to make a shape. It's about that size. That's okay. It's not perfect, but good enough. Then I'm going to go into colors. I'm going to go to saturation. I'm going to desaturate it to see if that helps. Doesn't look like it's doing too much. The light, I'm going to take down the highlights, the exposure. This might be tougher than I thought. That seemed to do the trick. I just adjusted the feathering in this selection. It seemed to do a pretty good job. Oof, not bad for now. It's gonna take a little work. Let's see. Take the blacks up a little bit because the blacks are on the edges. Good job. You gotta go to sleep, kiddo. It's super late. My daughter loves to read. It's very, very late, though. That looks okay. Does not look perfect, but you know what? Most people won't even notice that. I mean, we came from that to this. So I just want to draw the person's eye to the chicken, and that just about does it. Let's see. What I could do too, just to touch up this area, I'm going to add a new gradient, a linear gradient, and I'm going to hit it over this area. And I'm going to add a hue to it, so it's all uniform. Some of those highlights back. But notice that this is non-destructive, right? So it's not doing anything to the original image. And you know what? I think that maybe take the shadows up, or take the blacks up a little bit. Boom. That looks okay. I mean, you wouldn't know anything was there unless you really, really look close. I think that's okay, and again, for the sake of time, I'm going to keep it really, really simple. I kind of want to dial in the details on the face a little bit, so I am going to do that. I'm going to do masking plus radial. Go in here, because this is the subject, right? I'm going to click and hold on this area, or I'm going to click that circle on the left. I'm going to feather it a little bit. There we go. I'm going to take this, and I want to sharpen the face. Also may want to brighten it just a little. The highlights. Yeah, that's okay. You know what? We'll take that. Oh, what the heck happened? Oops. We'll leave this at face value. Alright, so that's going to be the edit for today. A little rough, still getting the process down, but I wanted to at least show you some of the things you can do. And actually, right before I finish this, I'm just going to make it pop a little bit. I'm going to nuke it. There we go. I think that's good. Much better than it was. There's no distraction in the shot with that lens flare. It's warm. I like it. I'm going to keep it as is. I'm going to export it, export to camera roll, and that's done. So that is today's. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, apologies for the little roughness of this, but Still getting the process down, and just here to learn, share, and grow with you. So have a good evening, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It's important to build the audience and help others just like you, and help us all grow. So have a good evening, and thanks so much.